Back again. It's your boy Q Rose in effect, man. Whew. It's been a lot going on in the NBA. Let's talk about last night. Last night I went to the game, man. Went to the Cooper Flagg versus Wemby show. And they did not disappoint. The future of the NBA is here right now. 19 and 22-year-olds, they're going to be here forever, man. Coop went out and put up 32 points. That's his fourth game of over 30 points. It's never happened for a teenager before. He's awesome. Let's not play games, man. He's the best thing since sliced bread. And after getting 4 30-point games, and let me remind you, he only shot 2 free throws this game and put up 32. He's like, okay, Wemby in the paint, I ain't worried about it. I'm going to go ahead and score anyway. Now, of course, Wemby got the win. Can't argue with the dub. Wemby put up 29, 11, 6, 2, and 3. Now, those 2 and 3 are important. Those 2 steals and 3 blocks. Because I think what's the most slept on is Cooper Flagg got those same 2 steals and 3 blocks. His defense is so underrated. He's one of the best chase down block type guys, especially in the half court, that I've seen in a long time. You only get that type of defense on the help side from your center, but you're getting it from your small forward, point forward. We don't know what they're doing with Cooper right now. He's so raw and he's so able to do what he wants right now that they're still developing what he gonna be. Mavericks took another L, but it's all right because you know who else showed out last night? Najee Marshall. Najee Marshall obviously was happy not being traded. He said on record that he wants to play with Cooper Flagg the rest of his life. He thinks he's going to do great things. And to show his thankfulness, he put up 32 points last night. That's important. I think these guys are now primed and ready for another season next year. This right here is a developmental season. I think people are taking that out of context right now. They think that Mavericks are trying to win. We're not trying to win. Okay. Right now, what we're trying to do is be the best, put Cooper Flagg in the best possible position to win the Rookie of the Year award and give as much opportunities as possible. So we gotta get rid of. That's why we had to get rid of Anthony Davis. He was taking his opportunities away. Kyrie Irving, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm a big Kyrie fan. I think he still has years left in the tank. We might as well run through this contract and see what happens. We seen what happens with Anthony Davis on the court. We win games until he's hurt, then we lose games. I can't do this back and forth. If Kyrie came back and he's inconsistent, then we'd have to get rid of him too. As far as health goes, both their talents are not a question. Kyrie's coming off an injury. Kyrie don't get those same knick-knack fouls, knick-knack injuries that Anthony Davis does. And I think that's very, very important. Other bright spots, Max Christie, man. I know in that Luka Doncic trade, Max Christie was just a throw-in, but now he's doing what we brought Clay here to do. Max Christie had another 20 points last night. Clay, stank ass 5 points. All right. I'm a big Clay fan. I mean, historically, he's top. If you ain't got me in top 5 shooters, it's kind of hard not to, because Clay is like that. All right. But all I can say is I'm glad that right now, he's just a piece to help develop Max Christie. Clay's the past, Christie's the future. And right now, it's looking bright in Dallas because it's doing what you need to do. We need to lose games, but we need to look good while we're doing it. And that's what's happening. We're tanking, but at the same time, it ain't stanking because Coop is doing his thing. All right. That being said, let's show the other Eastern side and talk about the other rookie that he battled a week ago when he got the 49, damn near 50-point game. Okay. Con Knipple. He just led them in scoring again with 24 points. So to beat Kevin Durant. All right. KD had 31, so he didn't outduel, but it's looking good over there. Those guys are streaking. Charlotte's streaking. I like the team, man. LaMelo, Miles Bridges, Brandon Miller, um, goddamn, Con Knipple. They just traded Kobe White to for Colin Sexton. So now Kobe White's over there. They got another score. I think they get some good coaching. That team is going to be something, especially with the healthy LaMelo. We got some consistent scoring from Con Knipple. Brandon Miller, we don't know what kind of game he's going to have. He's still developing. So they're a good team. You know, they just they don't win all the games they're supposed to win. Okay, but they got healthy players, unlike the Mavericks do. Where their best players are hurt. A lot of their best players are doing good as far as health goes wise. They just got to finish these games. It's looking good in the NBA. Looking real good. I know one thing we need to talk about is the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay. Now, they didn't make any big splashes in the trade deadline or whatever. They felt like they didn't have what they needed to do to make those splashes. To me, the only reasonable option that you had to make a big splash was to get rid of LeBron James. That was the only thing that made sense. But LeBron wants to run it this year, and I can understand why. Luka gets hurt in the first half, hamstring, and then boom, who picks it up? Austin Reeves. He comes back. Austin Reeves off the bench last night had 35 points for them to get the win against the Philadelphia 76ers. 35 off the bench. Austin Reeves came back, and he came back the same way he left, on and kicking, fire, looking like that number 2 option behind Luka. Because right now, it ain't Bron. Bron actually gums up the works. And I hate to say that. I've been a Bron fan for a long time, but it is what it is. Okay. With LeBron being a third option doesn't work for them like that. Because you got 2 guys that can score out of this world between Luka and Austin Reeves. They score out of this world. At this point, you need 3 and D guys, maybe a couple lob men that can solidify the paint. Okay. DeAndre Ayton ain't it. LeBron ain't it. He's a great player. I think LeBron needs to go ahead and finish his career out in Cleveland. He over with old man James Harden. That's what makes sense in my opinion. Okay. Donovan Mitchell has proven that he can't be the guy to get it done. He can't be the guy to get over the hump. So because of that, you need somebody like a LeBron to come give you a little extra sauce. And in the last time I checked, the Eastern Conference be wide open, man. Especially they ain't got no LeBron, and especially right now that they ain't got no Tatum. Okay, so right now they're about to see if the Lakers win championship, which is still on the table. Anytime you have talented guys like this, like as far as a Luka and Austin Reeves and LeBron, who's still good, offensively you got a chance. The issue with these guys is defense. Old man Bron don't want to play defense. Okay, Luka Doncic, we been knew he didn't want to play defense. Austin Reeves isn't known for his defense. Three out of your 5 starters. That's right there. Not known for defense, just offensive guys. That's not the NBA is made anymore. You get 1, 2 offensive killers, and then you lock in on defense on the other side. via OKC. They said, Jay Shea Gilchrist Alexander, you go out there and get your money. Everybody else gonna lock down defensively. Now, of course, Jalen Williams, he can come out and give you money if he need to. Check come out, give you money if you need to, but it's not necessarily needed. That's not how they build their team. They built their team. SJU score, and whoever got the hot hand after that, go get your money. Okay? But that's the only thing that they guaranteeing is SGA getting his 30. Everybody else, you better play defense. And when it's your turn to get hot, you better let it loose and make your buckets. All right. One thing that's throwing me off a little bit is how good this Jalen Johnson guy is for Atlanta Hawks. Okay. Last night they played the Jazz. He had 22 points, 16 rebounds, 15 assists. Another 15, 15, 15 game from a guy that came out of nowhere in my book. I don't know who this guy is. Okay. But obviously they like him a lot in order to get him out the building, get Trae Young out the building. They like this guy a lot, and I gotta see more Hawks games to see this guy because when I look up stats, it's almost every other night with this guy. He's either putting up at least 20 points. He's either giving you a bunch of rebounds or a bunch of assists. That's I gotta see this guy play in person. So we're gonna see what happens with that. Lastly, you got people like the Pacers getting Zubac. That's a 2026, 2027 move. Okay, we're gonna see what Ivica Zubac can do in a team where he has a true point guard, nothing but a point guard. Now, while James Harden used to have Ivica Zubac looking lit out there in the Clippers, but Tyrese Halliburton, that's all he does, and he's in the East now. If you're in the East, who knows what chance you got? We're talking about guys who just went to the championship. They lose their point guard, their best player, and boom, just like that, these guys look terrible. One of the worst teams in the NBA. It happens like that sometimes. But also, they didn't just lose their point guard; they lost their center, which was got Siakam. Then you had Miles Turner, arguably a third best player. You know, so you bring in Ivica Zubac to fortify that, and then addition by just sticking with your man by health, and you get Tyrese Halliburton. He's going to be coming back next year. Who knows what the Pacers are going to be able to do? But I'm looking out. Now, one of the winners, in my opinion, of this situation, this year when it comes to the trade deadline, Boston pulled off another savvy move. Another savvy move, man. They went out and got Vucevic, and they traded him for Anthony Simons. Anthony Simons, while he's a good scorer, you ain't about to be doing nothing out there for real. You got Peyton Pritchard, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, not to mention Jason Tatum coming back next year. It's not enough. It's not enough basketballs out there to be able to have somebody like Anthony Simons. So to get rid of him and bring in a good veteran center, I think is very valuable for this team. It's required. They needed it. All right. So shout out to the Celtics making more moves. From what I see with the Celtics, they not waiting on Jason Tatum. They not. This what this move meant. We're not waiting on Jason Tatum. We think we can win right now. We want to win right now. The East right now with Jaylen Brown. And you know what? Jaylen Brown is good enough where if they got to the championship, I wouldn't be surprised. That's how good Jaylen Brown has been in my eyes. All right. And that if you got a team that you think is better than the Celtics, I get it. I understand. But you know what your team doesn't have in the East that you think is better than the Celtics? They don't have, most likely, they don't have any championship experience. Jaylen Brown has some of the most playoff experience in the Eastern Conference. So we'll see if this transfers come playoff time. But I think it will. And I think even though Tatum is there, I think you should be very afraid of the Boston Celtics coming up. All right. Now, these are the weird things that I see as far as people not making moves that I did expect not to make moves or that I thought probably should have made moves. Okay. Giannis staying in Milwaukee. That is the dumbest crap I've seen. I don't see why they handcuffing this man. Okay. Milwaukee ain't about to do crap. They ain't about to do shit. It's Milwaukee. Okay. They lost a lot of talent, man. They ain't been the same since they went to the championship. Chris Middleton been hurt, and he had to get rid of him. Drew Holiday, they got rid of him after winning championship. Dumb decision at the time. They brought in Damian Lillard, didn't work out. They brought in all of Giannis's brothers and cousins and friends and uncles. They brought in everybody from Giannis's team that he can want. It does not matter because Giannis can't do it by himself. At the same time, they don't have the team constructed around Giannis to win anything. These guys freaking suck together. Maybe they're better individual players. I don't know, but together they suck, man. So to not get off of Giannis and not just pull the trigger on the rebuild, I think was a big mistake. For what? Y'all got Giannis another year of his prime for what? To ruin it? Bringing Giannis to this playoffs, why? So you can ruin it? You're ruining his career. Get rid of Giannis. Let that man be great. Thought he was going to Golden State possibly with Steph Curry, but no, they had to get Porzingis. God dang it. Porzingis? Why the hell would Steph want fucking Porzingis? Porzingis don't even play. See, got rid of Kuminga and now you got Porzingis. That's dumb. Dumb. Ugh. Now, I don't know if these guys, the next two guys I'm about to talk to, are even worth having on your team. Okay? They seem like they're net negatives for two different reasons. All right? Now, I'm actually not surprised that no one went out and gave any type of haul for Ja Morant. Ja Morant is stuck in Memphis. And I say stuck because if any team needed to relocate, it's probably the Memphis Grizzlies. Okay, there's people saying that these Dallas guys then came down to Dallas and trying to get them to get to Vegas, and that's why they did the Luka Doncic trade. But fan base too strong around here, and it's too many good areas. All right, Memphis, on the other hand, you have ruined Ja Morant. All right. I don't know what type of hood stuff y'all got going on down there, but I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of what you've done with Ja Morant. Okay. That guy needs to get out of here. Now, who's gonna be the team to put something up to go get him? I don't know. I wouldn't want him in Dallas. That's just being honest. Why would I want Ja Morant and his hood antics in Dallas? I don't want a gangster. I want a hooper. Okay? So if you can bring that hooping stuff to wherever you're going, you're gonna be successful. But if you want to bring that gangster stuff, man, you can stay where you are at in Memphis. As a matter of fact, quit hooping and start rapping, and that's what you want to do. If you want to be a rapper, game banger, go do that. But stop wasting everybody's time with this whole nonsense where now comes trade deadline. Don't nobody want to bring you in here because you think you're gonna be a net negative. Not on the court, but net negative in their locker room, a net negative for their organization, and it has nothing to do with your play style. That is embarrassing. As embarrassing as a as embarrassing as a basketball player that we can't just focus on basketball. I think it is majorly frustrating that they couldn't get Ja Morant to some type of contender or some type of team that he could help them, because he could help a lot of teams with his talent. It's sad to see. As a black man, I am saddened and frustrated at seeing it. And I want this man just to get back to playing that brand of basketball that had him be one of the faces of the NBA. We thought he was going to be one of the faces. Anthony Edwards, he had his issues, whatever, but he got back to basketball. And he out there hooping and leading his team. That's what you were supposed to be doing, Ja Morant. But instead, now they got rid of Jaren Jackson Jr., and you sitting here looking dumb, in my opinion. Sitting there not even playing like that. All right. Cam Thomas from the Brooklyn Nets just got waived. Waived is crazy. For a guy that just put up 24 points a game last year and it put up 22 and a half the year before, to be just waived says a lot about not only your teammates, says a lot about your play style, okay? He's not doing enough on all sides of basketball. Basketball just ain't about scoring. It's about a lot. And if you're going to put up 39% this year, there's no argument on why they got you waived. You got to do that's crazy. I ain't never seen a 24 point per game score just get waived like that. There's a lot going on in that locker room, a lot going on with Cam Thomas where they couldn't trade him. Nobody wanted him. So instead, y'all trade him. Say y'all waive him. Come on, Cam. Get it together. We're going to finish where we started. So again, NBA, all the NBA fans, take notice, okay? Because all that love y'all giving Wemby, Cooper Flagg over this past month has looked like one of the best rookies I've ever seen in my entire life. The last just week and a half, this streak he's been on 30, over 30, 49. We've seen him hit 45 earlier this year. I've never seen anything like this from a driving rookie. This rookie not shooting threes like Luka was shooting threes when he got into his rookie year. He not doing none of that. He going to the bucket, all right? And he's not even foul baiting. He just laying it up on your top, dunking it on your head, swatting shots left and right, getting steals. If you have Con Knipple or VJ Edgecombe or Derek Queen as the rookie of the year, then you just watch your team. You don't watch everybody, okay? Because there's no way you could sit up here and see what's been happening, what's been going on, and still think that Cooper Flagg isn't the best rookie in this class. The future looks bright as hell in Dallas, okay? Now I think Con Knipple is going to be, who knows what he's going to be. He looked like he could be a better version of Klay Thompson. That's what it looking like. Rookie year, Klay wasn't doing this, point blank, period. So to have LaMelo on this team, hopefully LaMelo stays healthy and he can be assisting that. We're gonna see what's happening. I'm a Con fan. I'm a huge Cooper fan. Okay, and I want Derek Queen to do well, VJ Edgecombe to do well, but I think the clear runaway favorite in this race is now Cooper Flagg. No arguments there. All right. Last but not least, the Mavericks did get Tyus Jones last minute, which is going to solidify a bunch of those turnover problems. I'm not the highest right now. I think Tyus Jones was a guy we needed a couple years ago. So we'll see what happens. I know he's been one of the better assist to turnover ratio guys that it's been in the NBA. So we're gonna see, but who knows, man? All I know is right now there's a lot of changes that just happened in the NBA, and the future is bright for the NBA, very bright. And the old heads got a couple more years between LeBron and James Harden and them of being anywhere effective. All right, but now it's a new NBA. There's new sheriffs in town. Okay, and as far as Joel Embiid with his 35 points, I don't care. Yeah, Joel Embiid had 35 points last night. I don't care. Joel Embiid been going off. I don't care. We've been known Joel Embiid can do a bunch of points. That's not the issue here. The issue is he going to be healthy come playoff time? Because if he is, look out. Sixers got Joel Embiid and Maxey this year. We're gonna see what they can do. Will Joel Embiid be healthy? I wouldn't bet on it. I want him to be. I wish everybody was healthy. If everybody was healthy, half these trades wouldn't even got made. But health is a big concern with a lot of these guys. So Joel Embiid, praying for your health, man. Stay healthy. Give the Sixers a chance to win. Because if not, this has been one of the longest, dumbest processes I've ever seen. Because it's been too many times where you guys look good and then boom, you're out of there. And not to mention, Paul George has got suspended 25 games for violating the Drug Policy Act. Now he says the drugs they found, whatever, was mental health drugs. Now we know this guy has depression. It is what it is. I know it's a real thing. But the situation at hand was he was doing a lot of things, man. He's up here hitting 9 threes in games, windmilling and stuff like that. And they drug tested him and he failed. All right. Now I don't fully understand. I'll be honest with you. I don't fully understand why you can't take drugs. Okay. If drugs make you a better player, I'm not the type of guy where I'm like, you shouldn't do that. I'm the type of guy where it's like, why isn't everybody doing it? Why wouldn't you just allow everybody to do the drugs and then boom, let the best player win? Okay. Now, everybody got their quorums about it or whatever, but I get it. If you're not allowing everybody to do it, then you shouldn't allow Paul George to do it. I get it. But if these drugs are helping these guys prolong their career, and be better athletes, why wouldn't you want longer careers and better athletes? All right. It worse, the drugs either work and they not about to mess with your life or mess up what you do going to the future. If that's the case, everybody should be taking it. Or the drugs are just a momentary right now, make you good, and then they're gonna ruin you. If that's the case, then shoot. You only got a year or two before you're ruined. I don't fully understand why they have some drugs you can take, some drugs you can't. But with that being said, Paul George, you look like a clown. You look like a dummy, okay? Because you got caught taking something that everybody's not allowed to take, and now your team lose out on 25 games that they didn't brought you in, then sacrifice to be able to bring you in. Could have got somebody else. So when people can't play, I already have an issue with that. But when you can't play and it's not a health reason, very frustrating. And Paul George, you got health problems as well from time to time. The last thing that you need is to not be playing because of some reason outside of health. Now, this is what you do. You get your body right, you get your mind right, you get healthy, all right? Because the Sixers are going to the playoffs. That's going to be a guarantee. And if you're healthy, you're good. Who knows? If Joel Embiid is good, who knows? Sixers can make a run. But you got to get your shit together, Paul George. And you can't go out like this. Because you don't want your legacy to be, I'm a podcasting dude who's just a cheater that never can get it done. All right? Because that's going to be what a lot of people say. All right? But whatever. Who am I? Peace out. Q Rose.